Second order effects. The first loss is visible. The second rewrites the future. Every store operates inside a micro market. Inside that market, trade-offs are being made constantly on price, on range, on availability, on labour, on flow. Most never understood this deeply enough. So weak assertions enter the execution and the store drifts off track at a micro level. That's where the second order effect begins. Not in the event alone, in the future behaviour those shallow trade-offs go to shape. The real danger begins when the customer reads the signal differently. This is a state transition problem, not a rule change. A signal reweighting, mission confident, mission limited, convenience weighted, conditionally trusted, mission excluded. And inside those states, the emotional tone shifts too. Open, guarded, fatigued, detached. Very few retailers measure those transitions directly. Fewer still report them dynamically enough to see the shift while it is still forming. The same mist doesn't carry the same force every time. Damage depends on the expectation shape. Was the product on promotion? Was the value market beating? Was the first visit where the attention is high but the stickiness is weak? Was the category trust sensitive where the regime label tells you what matters? This is where the payoff shape bends. Convexity lives at both ends. At low expectation, the effect can be absorbed. At high expectation, the downside gaps quickly. But when the regime is read correctly, the upside can gap up too. That's where retail volatility smile. The same operational event doesn't land in the same economic shape every time. What matters is not where the behaviour changed, but how fast. This is the conditioning slope. Not just the direction of the move, but the speed in which the customer starts marking the store down. Strong form is simple. We complete cleanly. Weak form is also simple. We complete inconsistently with apologies. Fragile systems move into weak form much faster than retailers realise. Basket value softens, frequency softens, and the slope steepens before the reports catch up. If the graph starts breaking within hours, and there is still days left to trade, the economics will turn quickly against you. The earliest loss is often less missions per visit, not less traffic. That is ambition compression. Think in dimensions: time, units per transaction, visit frequency, and regime. And the pattern becomes hard to miss. The store spends too much time in weak form, the competitor enters the value equation, cross-shopping compounds, convenience becomes the only reason left to trade. Traffic still holds while mission depth quietly collapses. Less trust is extended, less basket ambition, less willingness to let the store solve more of the trip. From there, the system is no longer building stronger behaviour, it's defending a weak position of its own making. Broken missions decay more slowly in memory than they do in reporting. That is the trust half-life. The event disappears from awareness quickly because the most dashboards never carry the regime memory forward. The customer does. And that asymmetry matters. The business resets emotionally before the customer does. Organisations often run short-term memory. Customers carry long-term behavioural memory. A broken mission is not stored in a line item. It's stored in the reduction in the willingness to trust for the next one. That is where contagion begins. Future trust will belong to the system that can sustain very low error rates across long memory windows. Many demand problems are conditional trust problems in disguise. Demand often doesn't disappear, it goes dark. The need may still be there, the wallet may still be there. What changes is the smoothness of the surface. The basket starts carrying fewer categories, less breadth, and less mission share. That's the signal. Track the category count per basket, the mission share, and the repeat visit gap after breaking states. If the traffic holds while the basket structure narrows, demand has not vanished, it's gone dark. Measure the carryover, not just the event. That's where the second order effect becomes visible. Track the basket breadth after a mission failure. Track the repeat visit spacing after out of stocks. Track the category narrowing after a split basket. Track the recovery window. The question is no longer whether the event hurt, it's whether it changed the next basket and how long that change persisted. Do not just recover the item, reverse the lesson. That is the real intervention. A miss is not only a failure in stock, it is a lesson of how much a mission the customer should risk the next time. So the objective is not just operational recovery, it is to prevent weak form becoming memory. Protect the mission anchors first, repair high expectation breaks fastest. Over-recover where trust has been marked down, because once the wrong lesson starts compounding, the system drifts into a weaker future of its own making. The deepest edge is managing what the miss teaches next. That's the mental model to keep. First order losses cost today. Second order losses reshape tomorrow's trade. The stronger operator does not stop at the visible breaks. They ask what state an event pushed the customer into, how steep the conditioning slope is, how long the trust memory will run, how much future ambition is being marked down. That is where serious retail begins to separate, not by reacting faster to the miss, by seeing what the miss is teaching before it hardens into a market reality.